Good evening and welcome to Linnell Gymnasium on the campus of Thorne Academy. I'm Zach Tarenko here with Cole Purvis on TATV, bringing you girls varsity basketball action between the home team, the Thorne Academy Golden Trojans, and the away team, the Noble Knights. TA is 10-0 on the season, 4-0 at home, 6-0 away, taking on Noble, who is 0-8. Had a tough season so far. Cole, TA got their 10th win yesterday. They're playing the second game of a back-to-back. They beat Gorham 50-45. What do you see from this team so far? Just more specifically in that game versus Gorham, but also this season so far.
Well, they've been cruising so far, and that game versus Gorham was probably their toughest test of the season. So it's good to get a little bit of an easier game here coming off of a back-to-back. But just go out and don't just go through the motions, run the floor, and really work the ball in the paint especially. It's a team that loves to rely on the three, but if they can have a good game in the paint, they're averaging 26 points per game in there. If they can get that up tonight, then that would be great. But again, just run the floor. Don't play down to the level of your opponent. Come out and just play hard tonight.
Definitely. We get going here. I want to start by thanking some of our sponsors here on Thorne Academy. We want to thank Saco Bedford Savings, Packwell and Carroll Insurance, the Webb Family Law Firm, who hosts our pregame and postgame show, and Top It Mobile Ice Cream Cart, who hosts our halftime show. We also thank some of our other members of TATV helping us out tonight. We have Troy Bolduck on camera, Jeff Christianberry on tech, and Josh Pulsifer helping us out with the sideline cam tonight. See the starting lineups for both teams. We'll go through some stats for Thorne Academy, Cole. We look at TA. So some interesting kind of stats or info that I learned from Gary Stevens was that the last time Thorne Academy girls basketball had a 10-game winning streak, it was from December 10th, 2013 to January 16th, 2014. That streak was broken by Gorham on January 20th. It just so happens that TA is playing Gorham on January 20th.
Wow.
So, you know, not sure if that's some deja vu or what's going on there, but for now, TA will look to get their 11th win over Noble. Looking at the stats, Jessica Dow, 8.8 points per game. Her season high was 14 versus Sanford, as Sulikowski leads the team with 14 points per game. She had a double-double versus Sanford with 22 points and 13 rebounds. Kylie Lamson, who's been the freshman kind of surprise star for TA this year, she's got 12.9 points per game. She has scored 10 or more points in 8 games this season. And Hannah Cook, one of the sharpshooters on this team, has 12 points per game with a season high 17 versus Wyndham.
That stat you said about the win streak being broken by Gorham on January 20th, that's one of those stats you see on like ESPN or something. You can always count on Mr. Stevens to give you some good nuggets for the game. And, of course, a huge Hoops for Hope game, which we'll talk about a lot tonight, next week against Gorham. But don't want to look ahead to that game and take care of business here tonight against Noble.
Now we are going to have our national anthem here at Linnell Gymnasium.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask everybody to please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America during the playing of our national anthem.
We are set to get going here from Linnell Gymnasium. Again, Thorne Academy looking to stay undefeated. The only undefeated team left in Class AA South. The only other undefeated team in Class AA is the Oxford Hills Vikings in the North. Looking at Noble real quick. Again, I've had a tough season. They're 0-8 this year. They lost to TA earlier this season. It was TA's second game. They lost 74-25. Their leading scorer is Paige Santiago, who had 14 points versus Bonnie Eagle earlier this season. As Cole said before, we will be talking a lot about Hoops for Hope today. But before we want to look at our upcoming streaming schedule here on TATV. So next Tuesday, we have boys basketball versus South Portland, big matchup here at Linnell Gymnasium. Then on Friday, January 20th, the Hoops for Hope game, girls basketball versus Gorham. The thing right there, it says 6 p.m. It's actually at 7 p.m. That game just because JV is at 5:30. And then boys hockey on January 21st versus Brunswick at 5:50. We will get going here as TA gets the ball and the first possession. That shot from Hannah Cook was just off the mark.
Great week of games coming up here on TATV. In my opinion, we have the boys' game of the year and the girls' game of the year all in the same week. So it'll be exciting to see TA take on that great South Portland team that they beat earlier this season, and then TA taking on Gorham.
It's a three from Hannah Cook. That's her second taken three. She missed both. Sulikowski ends up with the rebound.
Team averaging around 8 3-pointers a game. They're going to shoot the three at a high rate, as they always do, and it starts with Kylie Lamson and Hannah Cook, who's already taken a pair tonight.
Inside now, space for Sulikowski. Her first three is off the mark, and the rebound goes to Lamson. Try to keep it in. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be Noble ball.
Just keep shooting that shot. They've gotten open these last couple possessions, and so no reason to not keep shooting it. They'll fall at some point.
Here comes Noble, and the ball is with Olivia Morrill. That's a steal from Kylie Lamson. Great steal getting into the pressure. She'll take it now and slow down at midcourt. Gets it off to Sulikowski. Swings it back. Cook, her third three. She got it. Anna Cook, now 1 of 3, and the first basket for Thorne Academy. The day it's 3-0, 6:43 to go in the first quarter.
Sooner or later, they were going to hit a triple, and Coach Marston just has to have a blast coaching this team because they really have it all. They have size and skill, and their starting five may be the best in all of the state.
Hannah Cook comes up with the ball there. This three from Sulikowski's off the mark. She's 0 of 2, and rebound by Rothwell for Noble. Gonna drive inside, pass, picked up. Rothwell, her shot, off the rim and out.
We'll see how long Noble puts up a fight in this game. Not expected to come very close to TA, but we'll see if they can work the ball inside to get some points on the Trojans.
To travel on Jessica Dow.
The key tonight is to just be patient on offense. Emily Coleman's a player. She's averaging about 5 points a game. I would look to get her going tonight and get her some buckets down low in the paint. This is a good opportunity for her to take advantage.
Stolen by Sulikowski, and an easy layup for her. She's got her first basket. And that's a timeout called by Noble. We'll keep it here and look at the replay from that last one.
Defensively, it's looked easy for him so far. Noble only scored 16 points in their last game. That was a loss to Scarborough, 46-16. So definitely not a team that's had a lot of offensive production so far this year.
TA's been very consistent with their scoring this year. Just around 58 or 59 points per game. Here's Noble now. Stolen away by Lamson. That is Lamson's second steal. Layup is good from Addison Sulikowski, her second. Good pass there from Lamson for her first assist.
Good hands by Lamson. I can't wait to see the steal numbers after this game because I'm sure they're going to be huge.
I've already clocked 5 steals. I'm not sure. I may have been a little preemptive there and added an extra one when it shouldn't have been, but still, as you said, Cole, lots of steals so far. Just over 5 minutes left in the first quarter. 7-0. Ball goes out to Cook. Cook will take a 3, and she got it. Hannah Cook. She's now 2 of 4, and she is starting to hit her stride there, shooting the 3 ball now. Here is Emily Clark. Chance goes up, no good. Rebound by Emily Coleman. You'll give it to Lamson.
Hannah Cook is really having a breakout season, averaging 13 points a game, and we knew about this big 3 coming into the year, but she's added herself to that conversation and may make it a big 4 now.
They've been one of the bright spots for TA this year. That shot, no good from Jessica Dow. Here's Olivia Morrill. Giving it to Rothwell. 3-ball coming in for Noble. That one's off the mark and rebound by Emily Coleman. That one came in from Paige Santiago. The first 3 of the day, driving up. Lamson, no good. Rebound, put back from Coleman is good. Coleman, 4 rebounds already and a bucket. It is 12-0 TA in the early minutes. This one, that one's almost stolen by Sulikowski, but Morrill was able to keep possession. It's a game of fundamentals for Thornton Academy, just working on the things that they're going to need when it comes to their big games. Lamson takes the rebound, gives it to Cook. A little too heavy on that pass. Going to be out of bounds.
And we'll check out the replay. Good aggression by Kylie Lamson driving. Even though she didn't get the layup to go, Emily Coleman right there, one of the tallest players on the floor for the Trojans at 6 feet, lays it up and in easily. And we talked about not playing down to the level of your opponent, and they've been extremely aggressive so far. As you see Sulikowski coming all the way out to half court to guard the ball.
Sulikowski picking up the point guard Morrill. Coleman now guarding on the perimeter. This shot off the mark, rebound by Lamson, and Lamson will take it up fast now. A couple of quick passes, and Jessica Dow gets to go. That one came from Sulikowski. Great passing from TA. It's now 14-0. They've taken a huge lead.
Yeah, great vision by Sulikowski in transition. Doesn't even put the ball on the floor, just gives it right to Dow, who is running the floor really well for 2. This offense has played with a ton of energy so far this year, and all 5 players are really flowing well through the offense, passing well, and getting some good early layups.
Cook goes to Coleman. Good defense there by Noble. Ball comes back out to Sulikowski. Going inside of Dow. Dow trying to go to work in the paint. She's fouling her way up, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2.
TA boys playing at Noble tonight. Noble boys team, they went winless last year, but this year they're 4-4, so they've made some big strides to say the least, and they have some players. I know Jameer Rose put up 38 points in a win over Gorham. They've had some upset wins, and one of the more surprising teams in Class AA South. So almost like a trap game for TA. They've got a win coming off of a loss to Portland, and that should be a good one down at Noble High School.
TA coming off of that, as you said, called that loss to Portland. Both missed by Jessica Dow. If you want to go rewatch that TA boys basketball game versus Portland, you can. You can go onto TA's Facebook or YouTube page and find any of our old live streams. Even though TA did lose that game, it was a fantastic battle between the 2 teams. Saw a lot of great plays. And you can obviously hear Cole and I's voices on that one too if you want to hear us after this broadcast. TA will keep possession when off of Noble. Cook inbound to Lamson. Lamson now over to Sulikowski. Inside to Dow. Trying to go up. She's fouled. That's an offensive foul. Thought maybe they're going to get a foul on Noble.
No, questionable call there, but Dow's been working on her post moves so far this season. A very improved player in that department. As we check out the replay, puts it on the floor. I don't agree with that one. I don't think she lunged into the defender at all, but Noble ball, we'll see what they can do with it, see if they can open up their scoring.
Tough call there. There's a 3-ball. This one came in from Emily Clark. That's her second 3. She's missed both. Lamson will take the 3. In and out. Unlucky there. Rebound by Taylor Nurk.
Kylie Lamson's been amazing from the 3-point line. Seems like every time she shoots, you think it's going to go in, and she has range too. So do a lot of these players on the TA squad.
Out of bounds off of Noble. Good defense there from Sulikowski.
Yeah, good job just forcing her to the baseline. Not much you can do when you're trapped along the baseline like that. And TA forcing turnovers on almost every possession. Kind of what we expected. Noble hasn't been having the season that they've wanted to so far, and TA has been cruising in one of the powerhouses in Class AA.
The paint. Good score there from Hannah Cook. She's got 8 already. That pass came from Lamson.
Good unselfishness by Lamson. Had an open 3, but then found Cook wide open in the paint.
Sulikowski, great perimeter defense. on Morrill. Now here's Cooley. Finds Santiago. Santiago, cross-court pass. 3 comes in and got it. First basket of the day. This one's from Emily Clark. She gets the 3 ball to fall. It's now 16-3 as we had a minute to go in the first quarter.
Good ball movement by Noble, and good to see them get on the board here in this first quarter that has been dominated by the Trojans.
Coleman, she's fouled by Cooley. It'll be a hold. It'll be under the basket. 50.2 seconds to go. One thing we did forget to mention is that one of the TA players is injured. That is Catherine LeBlanc. She has not played. This is her 3rd game not playing in a row. And she is, I believe, wearing a boot. Not 100% sure.
Definitely a game we'll see TA go deep into their bench as you see
Yes.
Camden Roach, the senior, checking into the game.
That was Cook going up. Got the foul and the basket, looking for the 3-point play. She has 10 now, and TA leads 18-3. Yes, as you said, Cole, Coach Marson, this is one of his games where he can get his seniors in, get his bench players in, let them have a good game.
This team is better offensively because of their finishing. First couple games of the season, they were missing too many layups, and now as you see a good left-handed finish by Hannah Cook, they're really doing better, taking advantage of the open shots in the paint that they can get.
Chance now for Natalia Rothwell. Lost control of it. Good defense from Camden Roach. Now driving inside. That shot, no good on the ground. Lamson looking for the rebound. It'll come to Hannah Cook. Cook gives it to Coleman. Coleman gives it out to Jessica Dow. Dow to Cook, and now back to Lamson. We'll see what they'll do with it. So the clock starts to run down, and we're at 10 seconds now. Here's Dow. Dow going inside, gives out to Cook. Cook will take a 3. She got it. Hannah Cook, her 3rd 3. She's 3 of 5, and she has 14 points in the first quarter.
Wow.
What a quarter for Hannah Cook. TA leads 22-3. We'll take a break here on TA TV. Be back for the second quarter of action.
Hey, Dan, how's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
We are back here as the second quarter is about to get going. Thought I was going to have enough time to talk about some Hoops for Hope, but we'll do that at halftime, Cole. We'll come on pretty early and have a big conversation about Hoops for Hope. But again, the Hoops for Hope game and event is going to happen on Friday, January 20th. JV game is at 5:30. Varsity that will be broadcasted is at 7 p.m. I highly, highly recommend that you either come to the game or watch it or just be a part of it. You can always donate at www.hoopsforhopemaine.com. But again, we'll have more information on that at halftime and later in the game. Out of bounds off Noble to be TA possession. So Cole, very early lead. Hannah Cook having a great game so far. 3 of 5 shooting the 3-point line. She has 14 points. Really good game for her so far.
Yeah, I would imagine that that's the most any player for TA has scored in a quarter so far this season. 14 is quite a number, and 22 overall. We'll see how high the scoring gets tonight. Good chance to light up the scoreboard, but again, starters might not play very much, and you'll see some of the players deeper into their bench get some points tonight, which is always good.
Here's Pelletier trying to get inside, swings to Coleman. Coleman gets to go. Nice pass from Claudia Pelletier. And Coleman has her second basket. She's got 4 points. And TA's lead is now 21.
Good no hesitation by Coleman. Knows she's the tallest player on the floor, so she puts it up in an easy 2 for TA as they keep it rolling.
Here's Rothwell. She'll take a 3 off the mark. Rebound, Pelletier. Pelletier, one of the seniors on this team.
Good shot fake.
Here's Cook. They're going to call a travel. It looked like she did set her feet to take a shot.
Yeah, kind of tough to tell. She was in that back corner over there. For Noble, if you're open from 3, just take it. We've seen them do that sometimes, and why not just take the 3 when it's open, because they've had a tough time generating offense tonight because TA's been so aggressive.
And Cook takes a seat. In goes Morgan Bolduck. Here now is Nurk. Nurk, great defense, and that's going to be a travel. TA has been relentless on both sides of the ball today. That's why they have this huge lead.
Yeah, Noble's trying to get into the middle, get in the middle of the paint, but TA's done a nice job in their help defense, just shutting that off and forcing these travels and turnovers.
Here's Dow, gets to Camden Roach. Roach will take a shot. Off the mark, rebound, Jessica Dow. Great job by Dow with the putback. She's got 4 points. And TA gets another one to fall. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. And TA looking for their 11th straight win to keep them undefeated on the season. That one's stolen by Emily Coleman. Coleman now lost control of the ball, and it's picked up. A foul called on Coleman. I think Coleman was trying to go for the jump ball.
Yeah, tried to take it coast to coast, and a good job by Noble.
That was Cooley who came up with it on the steal. Sub will come on. Back on is Morrill. Takes off Rothwell.
Shout out to Josh Pulsifer with the sideline camera tonight.
Yes. Here is Clark, the 3. Just short. Rebound Nurk. Nurk tried to go up. Rebound to Morgan Bolduck. Bolduck. Nice dribble there behind the back. Sulakowski, long 3. Will not fall. Just rolled out. Bolduck comes up with it. This 3 from Jessica Dow's off the mark. Rebound to Sulakowski. Out of bounds, Noble ball.
I say get it into the paint, but it has been fun seeing them just tee it up from 3 and take as many as they can. It's the game that you can do that. Try some new things. Be aggressive. Put some new player pairings out there on the floor, and I'm sure we'll see that tonight, especially as this game goes on.
And it seems like Coach Marson is kind of telling them to go to shoot the 3. Obviously, they started off by taking 3 or 4 and missing 3 or 4, but they kept shooting. So Coach Marson seems to like his team's plan so far. Bolduck trying to come up with it. Cooley went down the floor. Bolduck went after it. It'll be off of Noble, TA possession.
Bolduck's a player that's always going to hustle, and you've seen that a couple times so far in this half here. Good defensive player.
Here is Sulakowski. Roach. Jessica Dow. Pelletier, 3 ball. Off the mark, looking for the rebound. It'll come to Noble. That was Pelletier's first 3. TA still leading 26-3 now, 4:20 to go in the second quarter. Again, I'm Zach Trinkle here with Cole Purvis on TA TV. Also with Jeff Christianberry on tech, Josh Pulsifer on the sideline cam, and Troy Bolduck on the main cam. Jessica Dow with the rebound there on the Noble miss. And Dow will take it slowly up the floor. No need to rush. Sulakowski got it to Bolduck. Bolduck will take a 3. Got it. Morgan Bolduck with a 3. Her first of the day. Assist from Sulakowski. And TA extends their lead to 26.
And they've just been getting open so far. It's good off-ball movement coming off these screens and getting their shooters open at the top of the key. Good job by Bolduck to knock that down.
3-pointer way off the mark for Noble there. Rebound to Sulakowski. That pass to Dow. Couldn't get it to go up. And it'll be Noble possession. Dow will now take a seat. Riley Rose on for the first time in this game for Thornton Academy. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying your Friday night, wherever you're watching from. If you want to let us know, Always put it in the Facebook chat. We'll see if we can shout you out. This three, too far for Clark. Rebound again to Sulikowski. Sulikowski gave it away, stolen by Santiago. Noble trying the three ball today. That one's missed again. Here's Sulikowski with another rebound. It's 3 in a row for her. Her pass to Rose. Great pass, and Rose gets the basket to fall. Riley Rose, assist from Sulikowski, who's got 3 assists. It's now 31-3 with under 3 to go in the second quarter.
Riley Rose, a sophomore. They've got a lot of good younger players. Of course, Lamson, freshman, and Laura LeBlanc, too, is about to check in. She's a freshman. It's a good future for this TA team, along with a good senior class.
Jump ball. Let's see, yep, Laura LeBlanc on for Thornton Academy. Off goes Camden Roach. Pelletier will take it out for the Trojans. Here's Rose to LeBlanc. Here's Sulikowski. Sulikowski takes a step back with the ball, rethought her options there. Screen set, foul called, offensive. That'd be on Riley Rose for a push-off as she was trying to cut to the basket. 2:15 to go. Noble will take the ball out.
TA has already played Noble this year. It was the second game of the year on December the 19th. They scored 75 points in that game, which was their most of the season, so we'll see if they can beat that tonight.
Driving up, and Pelletier gets the basket to fall. That pass came from Bolduc, who stole it away from Noble. It's now 33-3. 30-point lead right now for the Trojans. Over in the corner, here's Noble. Santiago. Santiago throws one up, no foul call. The rebound by Rothwell. As she went up, she was fouled. 2 shots for Natalia Rothwell of Noble. 97 seconds to go in the first half.
It's been fun to watch TA play defense so far in this first half. Noble's just working the ball around the perimeter. It's almost like one of those shell drills you do in practice where you have to get into your help and then rush to the ball when the player you're guarding gets it, and they've done a good job just being quick to the ball so far on defense.
TA's next game is versus South Portland on the 17th, next Tuesday. Then on the 20th again, Hoops for Hope versus Gorham. And then the 25th, we have a huge game here at Linnell Gymnasium. The powerhouse Chevrolet of Class AA North and Maddie Fitzpatrick are coming to TA for a big matchup. That'll be TA's toughest test of the year by far. Obviously, Gorham's been one of their tougher opponents, but Chevrolet will definitely be the top of that list as Pelletier put up a long 2, fouled on the follow through, and she will now shoot 2 for the Trojans.
South Portland, as you're just saying, they play next. They're a 4-5 team. Scarborough's had some good girls teams in the past that have made big runs in the tournament, but not having as good of a year this year at under 500.
Gorham is 6-4. That record will most likely change. I believe they have a few games in between now and the 20th. But first time TA played Gorham, they beat him by over 10. Last night it was 50-45. The one thing I did see is that Gorham is missing a couple of their star players with injuries this year, so they still put together a pretty strong season. So the Blank had the rebound there, lost control of it. Pelletier tried to save it as she goes into the Noble bench.
Yeah, you're talking about that Chevrolet game. That'll be a great game. And it's an interesting matchup because Chevrolet has Maddie Fitzpatrick and Emma Lazat, who are one of the best duos in the state of Maine, but they don't have as much depth as TA does. So we'll see how that compares if TA's starting 5 can just overwhelm the Stags in that game.
Santiago hits the 3, her first mate of the day. And the lead is now 35-7. 40 seconds left in the first half. LeBlanc to Bolduc. Bolduc to Riley Rose. Pelletier is able to pick up the ball that Rose lost control of. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc, good cut, getting inside, goes up for the layup. That was short, and Santiago grabbed the rebound. Three from Emily Clark off the mark. And a rebound to Kylie Lamson. Lamson stepping back, 5 seconds. Riley Rose will take the three, and she sinks it. Riley Rose sinks the three as the buzzer sounds, and the lead is back to 31 for the Trojans. It's 38-7 here on TATV. TA with a dominant lead. We'll take a break and be back for some halftime thoughts.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
Hi, my name is Zach Tarenko, a senior here at Thornton Academy. I am the host of the Trojan Talk podcast, and I've worked with TATV for 4 years as a broadcaster. In the past few years, TATV has become a leader in sports streaming service in the state of Maine. We work tirelessly to bring the best content to Maine sports fans. Take a look at some of the best moments from TATV in the past few years.
By Peyton Jones, forward to Anthony Jones, up to Peyton
Whoa,
Jones.
baby! That's what we're talking about right there.
Start the clock. On the move, Ethan LeBlanc gets inside, shoots and scores! LeBlanc ties it with 1 second left. What a play! And TA with a miracle. It's 10-10. To Melendez. Melendez puts a shot up at the buzzer. Oh, she got it! Mackenzie Melendez.
I'm Cole Purvis, a junior at TA. I'm also a member of the Trojan Talk podcast and have worked with TATV for the past 3 years as a broadcaster. As we get closer to an exciting winter sports season, there's a great opportunity for local businesses and companies to get involved by becoming a sponsor. Sponsorships with TATV come in many different forms, whether it's a commercial that we air for your company or sponsorship for another aspect of our broadcast.
For more information, you can send a direct message to any of the Thornton Academy platforms. Go Trojans!
Why TAMS? Partly as a reaction to the time lost and disruptions during the pandemic, the staff at TA Middle School is committed to getting our students back on track in the core subjects. This is why the school has decided to ensure all 6th grade students take at least 1 math and 1 English language arts class every single day. Emphasizing these 2 bedrock curriculums puts our students on a path back to success as we come out of the pandemic. Together, we can prepare our 6th graders for the rigor of their later years of middle school and on to Thornton Academy Upper School. Learn more about why TAMS at thorntonacademy.org/TAMS.
Why TAMS? Expand your knowledge base and gain some valuable experience in upper level classes. At TA Middle School, students who qualify are able to take classes at the upper school as an 8th grader. Whether it's in the arts or math or science, some students achieve academic standing to take a class or 2 with freshmen at Thornton Academy. This experience can prepare students for the rigors of the upper school, but also get them familiar with the campus and lifestyle that comes with TA. Students who take classes early at the upper school can get on track to achieve the highest academic offerings and standards we have to offer on campus. Learn more about why TAMS at thorntonacademy.org/TAMS.
Why TAMS? Respect, responsibility, compassion, investment. At TA Middle School, our pillars are the cornerstone of our school community. We do not simply have our pillars written on our walls. They are part of the fabric of everyday life at TAMS. Student recognitions are based on the pillars. Our consequences are based on the pillars. We spend considerable time with our students helping them define and understand what our pillars mean and what they look like in our school community. Our pillars provide students with a foundation to help them grow socially, emotionally, and navigate through what can sometimes be an awkward and difficult stage of adolescence. Our goal at TAMS is to help students become respectful, responsible, compassionate, and invested young adults in the classroom, on the playing field, and on the stage. Our pillars embody who we are and who we want to be. Learn more about why TAMS at thorntonacademy.org/TAMS.
We're back here on TATV. Well, actually, it's just me for now, but as we have a good amount of minutes here before we get into the second half of action, I want to take some time to talk about the Hoops for Hope game and event, and just the whole Hoops for Hope organization in general. So if you do not know, this is the 7th annual Hoops for Hope charity event that they are running. It is an event and an organization and charity that provides hope to cancer patients and their families as they deal with many hardships and raises money for cancer awareness. The pink game, or the Hoops for Hope game as we call it, will happen on Friday, January 20th at Linnell Gymnasium at 7 p.m. The JV game will be at 5:30. There will be a silent auction and raffle that will take place at the event. Over the years, the Hoops for Hope Foundation has raised a significant amount of money and brings a great raffle and does a great job just kind of getting the community involved, and lots of goods and services are up for bid that have contributed that are worth a lot of money and a lot of great things there. There are also going to be, if you would like to buy any of the merch they have, the Hoops for Hope hooded sweatshirts, t-shirts, and hats are available for purchase at hoopsforhopemaine.com. Players who participate in the fundraising efforts and raise at least $100 will be given a Hoops for Hope t-shirt. We, as well as the Hoops for Hope Foundation, encourage everyone to wear their Hoops for Hope gear to the games on Friday, January 20th, and just get into the spirit. Some information about Hoops for Hope. The heart of it is the players. Over the past 6 years, the donations they have collected have contributed nearly $90,000 to our total fundraising efforts over $125,000. Yes, you heard that right, $90,000. All players have been given a sponsor sheet with the goal of raising at least $100, and everyone who raises it, at least $100 will be entered into the grand prize raffle. And a little statement here from Hoops for Hope. They say to say this fundraiser has had a positive impact on our community would be an understatement. Throughout the past 6 years, Hoops for Hope has assisted numerous cancer patients and their families. We are fortunate to be a part of such a giving community and look forward to your help with another great fundraising campaign this year. This is one of the greatest and most impactful events that we have at TA. There are so many people that get involved. Everybody loves doing it and having this game. And for some of you who might be wondering what is in that raffle, I will list off some of the things that, just some, this is not all, just some of the things that are going to be up there. You've got a private yoga class for up to 10 people, 1 week summer camp at Saco Rec, $500 of electric work, all-phase electric equipment. We'll have several different themed baskets filled with goods and services. And I actually won one of those when I was a freshman. I won a movie basket and got a ton of movies and candy. That was pretty nice. There'll be Apple AirPods, a Vizio 40-inch smart TV. There will be an SMHC Performance Center evaluation and sessions package of about $200 in value. There'll be 4 Thornton Academy all sports passes. So if you want to get into all the games for free, that'll be one to put your tickets into. There'll be some Beats Studio 3 wireless noise canceling over-ear headphones, an electric pressure washer, and hundreds of dollars of various gift certificates. And the best one, at least to me, 2 tickets to a Celtics game on April 7th. Cole and I and Jeff and Troy and Josh will all be here for that game, so I'm definitely putting my tickets into the Celtics basket, or Celtic, whatever that bucket will be, because I'm a big Celtics fan and I would love to go see them play. But again, back to the real point is that this is just such a great event for Thornton Academy. They do such a great job. The Hoops for Hope. All the players for the girls team get involved. Last year we had a double header with a boys game and a girls game, and the boys team raised a ton of money. It's just a great event that happens every year, and it is so fun. So again, I really highly encourage anyone to come to the game, to you get some raffle tickets and enter into the raffle. You can watch it on the varsity game on TA TV. It'll be a good game, TA versus Gorham, the third match of the year. And if you would like to donate to the cause, you can go to www.hoopsforhopemaine.com and donate there. Or if you want any more information about it, you can go to that website as well. Cole and I will hopefully be sporting our Hoops for Hope merch that night. I'm assuming they'll sell it in school. That's what they really do every year is that the team sells it in school during the school week. So I don't know about you, Cole, but I will be most likely buying some.
Yeah, got my sweatshirt from last year, but I'll probably get this year's version too.
Yep. And
it'll be a great game. Huge crowd always on hand. I'm sure you said this, but the money is raised by the players and also girls players from the 3rd grade all the way up till 12th grade in high school. So, and they raise a ton of money every year, and it's an awesome atmosphere to be at that game. And if you can't make it, of course, we'll have it streamed here on TA TV. So just being a part of that night is super fun. And they're also playing a good team too in Gorham, so it should be a good basketball game to go along with it. So make sure that you are either here in the building or watching on the live stream for the Hoops for Hope game next week.
That'll be probably the only game I ever say don't listen to us and go in person to watch it, because it is such a great event and it's worth it to come to that game. And come early. There'll be a lot of people here. You want to get a good seat. Coleman with a reverse layup try. Missed. Rebound there from Taylor Nurk.
They've got the starters out here to start the second half. Sure, that won't last for long. They'll get in their bench. Good job by Emily Coleman running the floor, running that basket line right down the middle, and the right idea, even though the layup didn't go.
Rothwell's shot is short. Kylie Lamson with the rebound. 38-7, TA. Strong first half. Hannah Cook with the 3 off the mark, but Dow with a good rebound. 3 seconds on Thornton Academy. And it'll go Noble's way.
You're up by 31, game well in hand, but just don't go through the motions. Continue to play with a purpose, run the floor, play intense on defense, and just continue to play well as Dow is here.
Dow with the bucket. She's got 6 in this game. Her first basket and the first basket second half, and the first basket for Thornton Academy in the second half. It's going to be a jump ball. Thought it might end up a travel. But it'll be TA possession. Again, want to thank Josh Pulsfer on the sideline cam. This year, more than any other year, we've had a full crew for most of our games. So we've been able to do sideline cam. We've been able to do that amazing alumni broadcast. Lots of great things happening on TA TV.
Yeah, TA TV is advancing to the next level. We got alternate broadcast with college guys. It's got to be awesome for Mr. Christian Berry, Mr. Pulsifer to see all these guys that they've helped with their broadcasting careers here through TA TV all come back and see all the guys that have gone on and done great things at the college level and beyond. And again, go watch that alumni broadcast if you haven't already. It's on our TA Facebook and YouTube page.
And for a little bit of, I just want to say this because I know my own family has had some trouble with this. They asked me, they went on YouTube to go watch that alumni broadcast. And they said, Zach, I can't find it. I said, well, you're looking in the wrong place. You have to go to
Live.
The section called Live.
Yep.
Yes, some people think it's in the videos.
I just figured that out the other day.
Yes.
A lot of times after the games, I'll go watch it on YouTube.
Yep.
So I think the YouTube quality is a little bit better than the Facebook quality. But I go to videos and it's not there, and I'm always confused. And I hit Live, and I'm like, oh, there they are. So.
Yeah. So you'll have to just go under the Live tab. You'll be able to find that when you search up Thornton Academy. And some of the pictures don't match the game. It'll show just like a picture of Thornton Academy in the spring or summer. But just look at the what the game is called. And as Cole said, I like YouTube as well because you can scroll throughout any point in the game really fast and really easily. Facebook's a little harder to do that. So if you want to watch the fourth quarter of a game, you can go there. But again, if you want to go rewatch any of our broadcasts, I highly recommend the alumni broadcast or even the TA versus Portland game from this past Tuesday as Taylor Nurk knocks down her first basket. It's 44-9.
Another shout out to Mr. Christian Berry, Mr. Pulsifer. These graphics are always so clean. We got the score bug here and the Hoops for Hope logo up here.
And while it's up here, we'll say it again. If you want to donate or find any more information about Hoops for Hope and what they try to accomplish and what they do, or any information about the game happening on the 20th, you can go to www.hoopsforhopemaine.com. Again, that's www.hoopsforhopemaine.com. That pass from Coleman, her first assist to Lamson.
Yeah, TA's just making it look so easy in transition here. Good job by Emily Coleman there. Slowed down, drawed the defender to her out on the perimeter and found Kyle Lamson for an easy pass. And you got to feel bad for Noble. TA has played really, really well and just running up and down the floor. They've got to be pretty tired playing against a good team that can just run the floor like this and tire you out. TA with a deeper team. They've got more players on their team, so better opportunity to go deep in your bench and save some of your energy from your starters. Zach, I want to bring up a topic that we were talking about earlier today, and that is the reclassing of, I believe it's just boys, correct?
No, it's
girls too. It's everything.
It's everything.
Okay, so they will be switching up the classes in basketball a little bit. Instead of AA, A, B, C, D, it will be A, B, C, D, and then an S, which I believe is for small schools.
Yes,
and that's not every other class has a North and a South, but the S will just be statewide, but that doesn't really pertain to TA, and it's going to add a lot of, as LeBlanc gets the steal there, it's going to add a lot of new schools to the mix. I know Portland will be in the South now as well as Cheverus. I'm pumped for this. I think it's awesome because Portland and Cheverus, two great teams that'll be in our division now, and Biddeford as well. I'm pumped to see Biddeford get to come here and play TA. The Battle of the Bridge will be back again for some basketball action, and I'm so excited for this. And more teams in the division always means better competition, and it'll be a fun time for Maine High School basketball.
I agree, definitely. Unfortunately, I won't be here for that, but I know Cole will do a great job on TATV, as well as Jeff and Josh and Troy. As you said, Cole, it's going to be great. It's great for the team and great for the league, and it seems like the consensus from everybody that I've heard from, both just people in the community but also sports writers and news stations, is that they love this new classing as Dow's fouled on her way up on that shot. And it'll be, I think, about 10 or 12 teams in the South, so there'll be less crossover games. So you'll be playing most of the teams once, if not a few of them twice in the South, and then maybe even one or two Class A North crossovers. But yes, as you said, Biddeford, Windham, Portland, and Cheverus, three teams from boys and girls that will be joining Class A South. So it'll be great for basketball, and there's also news that there's a lot of different reclassings for other sports too. Football had one. I believe boys hockey had one. Theirs was a little less significant on the classing, more of just a change for a couple of the schools. But still, it's the time of year where they make decisions on those things, so next year is going to be a big one for all sports in the state of Maine.
And geographically, too, Portland is very close to Saco and definitely in southern Maine, but they were labeled as one of the North teams. I believe schools like Brewer, maybe Nokomis, I'm not sure, but I know Brewer will be in that Class A North Division, so it makes more sense to have those schools in the North Division than schools like Deering, Portland, and Cheverus. So that'll be good. Geographically, you won't have to travel as far, and it makes more sense to have those teams in the South. I just love it, and I'm so pumped up for next year.
Be a lot more exciting games for Thorne Academy. Lamson got a rebound, missed the putback. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Pretty fast game, not a lot of stop. And that underhand toss from Emily Clark was no good, but she's fouled on the way up, so she will shoot 2 for Noble, still at 9 points. I want to give a shout out to the Noble coach. Came up to Troy and I as we were setting up and told us that he loves watching our TATV broadcasts when he's scrolling through or has some time, which is nice to hear.
Yeah, sure. We're giving some other teams some good film to watch, too.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody that watches our broadcast.
Yeah, we do.
Can't do it without the viewers.
Yeah.
And also check out our new podcast that we recorded and uploaded yesterday, Trojan Talk.
Episode 40, big number 40.
Oh, yeah.
We were gone for,
a month.
A month.
I think a month exactly, you were saying.
Yeah, I think it was the 12th of December was our last episode, so I think we recorded on the 11th. And we recorded on the 11th and posted on the 11th. So a month since we had recorded our last episode. The audio was a little bit, I don't know what the word is, a little bit off, but we did figure out why. We were able to make sure it wasn't too bad. But you can go listen to that. We talked about TA Sports, where they were at. We talked about recap the Portland game, and we talked about NFL. And Cole, I know you and I will get into what I said on that podcast a little later in this game. I'm trying to put it off.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it off as long as I can. Here's Noble now. Emily Clark lost control, stolen away by Sulikowski. It's her second steal. The team has 8 steals now in the game. 2 minutes to go in the third. Morgan Bolduck, Camden Roach, and Lauren LeBlanc are off the bench and in the game. Sulikowski and Lamson, the only 2 starters left on the floor. 47-11. This 3 from Sulikowski is good. It's a long 3 from Sulikowski. Her first make of the day. She has 7. And TA has hit the 50-point mark.
Again, why not? Sets her feet, fires a 3, and knocks it down. Good shooting practice for the Trojans, really firing away here in this game.
You know, one of the things we saw last year, Cole, is that in some games, Sulikowski had a really tough time shooting the 3 ball. And she just kept trying to find her stride but couldn't hit it. This year hasn't shot it as much, but when she does, she seems to make them a lot more consistently and frequently. And it seems to be a lot more controlled with the ball this year, and that's really helped TA, and she's their leading scorer.
It's about efficiency, and you got to hit those shots, and you can't go on a drought from 3 that can hurt you. And it did in the playoffs last year as they lost in the regional semis, I believe, to Scarborough. They just had a bad day shooting the ball, and that was your season. But they've been a more well-rounded team so far this year.
6 players on the floor for Noble. They'll figure that out real quick. No issue there.
Just trying to sneak an extra player out on there. Why not try it?
Technical foul.
Camden Roach will shoot the free throw.
Team is excited for her. Camden, one of the seniors on this team, getting some good minutes today. First one could not have gone farther down inside the hoop before popping out. That was a tough shot there.
I'm still shocked by the 6 players on the court thing.
Yeah. One more for Roach. And that one's in and out. Both in and out. That's unlucky. But TA will keep possession.
Makes me think, Zach, imagine if a player, like, I would imagine like a technical foul. Imagine there was a power play in basketball.
That would be wild. That's a travel there on number 10. It's Emily Clark. I can't even imagine what that would be like. In hockey, it's already such a huge advantage.
Christian Berry gave me a look after that.
Oh, Lord. Here's Lamson. Bolduck, wide open 3 chance. Gets it to go. Pass came from Laura LeBlanc. And Bolduck has 2 threes today. She's 2 of 2. She had all the space, took her time, gets it to fall. It's 53-11 now. Foul on the way up. Claudia Pelletier thought she was straight up on defense there, but was not. So Clark will go to the line and shoot 2. Shout out to the hockey team who just dominated Boom, or Biddeford Orchard Massabesic. After I had work the other night, I went and took photos of that game, or the end of that game, and they scored 4 goals in the 3rd period, and it was energetic. And after that loss to Falmouth, TA's right back on track.
Oh, yeah.
And the hockey team will play Falmouth at Falmouth on the 19th before they play Brunswick on the 21st. We'll have that Brunswick game. And don't overlook that one, because if you did not know, Brunswick was the Class B champions last year. And they are having a great season. They didn't lose many guys from last year. And they're going to come into Biddeford Ice Arena with some energy and some momentum.
That TA Boom rivalry is nasty, and they do not like each other. And it was very good that TA got the win because it would have been ugly if they had lost.
Yeah.
It would have got roasted pretty bad, but we're on the other side of it. It was either 8-3 or 8-4.
It was 8-4. That's right, Cole. There's a late goal by Boom, but they swept the season series. They won 4-2 earlier in the year.
Battle of the Biddeford Ice Arena. Both teams play there. TA can say that they are the best team that plays at the Biddeford Ice Arena. Is there another team
that plays Biddeford Ice Arena?
Yeah.
It is Boom. Boom plays their home games there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was asking if there's a third team, but I guess not.
No third team. I mean, technically you could say that there's multiple teams that play there because Boom is 3 schools, but that'll do it for the third quarter. 53-13. Thornton County will take a break here on TATV. Be back for the fourth quarter.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Well, Dad, is this your room?
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
53-13. That's the score here at Linnell Gymnasium. TA girls, the dominant 40-point lead as we have the last 8 minutes of play here. And all of the starters are on the bench now, which is great for subs to get some time here for TA. Again, I'm Zach Tarenko. If you're just joining us late in this game, I'm Zach Tarenko here with Cole Purvis, Jeff Christianberry, Josh Pulser, and Troy Bolduck, helping us out with tech, camera, and sideline. Great to have a full crew here. As we are nearing the end of our winter sports regular season, we will have some preliminary round playoff games. Not sure when and who, but all three TA winter sports teams have very strong records and will most likely host a preliminary game. So when we get that information, we will give it out to you, and we will do our best to do all three of those games.
Goes by way too fast, and it seems like we just started, but almost at the end of the winter sports regular season here.
A little bit of collision there in the paint. No foul. Be out of bounds. Now TA possession.
And as you see the sideline camera, I think Mr. Pulsifer, I think his son is taking over for him. I think he's got a future with TATV.
There you go. Always trying to get new recruits here.
Yeah.
Here's Roach. Swings it over to Bolduck. Bolduck, the floater, off the backboard. Rebound. Pelletier got it. Bolduck has it now for the Trojans. Laura LeBlanc will take a three. Just off the mark. But Bolduck gets the rebound. Inside LeBlanc, goes up, no good. Rebound for Nurk. Nurk gave it back out to Emily Clark. Clark over to Taylor Nurk. It's travel called on Noble to be TA ball. T with possession now. Laura LeBlanc goes up, fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot two. We have a second. Want to talk about the Hoops for Hope one more time. We can never talk about it too much. Again, that Hoops for Hope game, or it's also called the Pink game. So if you don't have any Hoops for Hope merch, wear pink. It will take place on Friday, January 20th. Yes, that is next Friday, a week from today. JV game will be at 5:30. The varsity game at 7 versus Gorham. It'll be a good game and a great matchup and a great atmosphere. We'll be broadcasting that game. Will go on pretty early, actually. I'm assuming probably about 6:35, 6:40. The blank got one of the two. If you want to donate, you can go to www.hoopsforhopemaine.com. You can also find more information about the game and the Hoops for Hope charity event and all they do to raise awareness for cancer and the crazy amount of money that they raise every year. Which, when I say it's a ton, I mean it's a ton. It is $90,000.
They've been doing it for almost 10 years or so. They've been doing it for a long time, and it's kept on going on. And let's talk about Class AA girls and where they stand, because in the South, TA really doesn't have a lot standing in their way. Gorham's a solid team, but they don't really have a real weakness. TA does, and I want to see if Cheverus can maybe bring that out in them, or if TA will just keep cruising, because I think they have a great chance to win the state championship, but they just got to take care of business and keep shooting the three as well as they have.
It makes it such a tough challenge for the Trojans, because let's just say that the Cheverus game goes by and they lose or they win. It doesn't truly matter whether or not they win or lose. But they go into the playoffs only playing South teams, and they'll play most likely a team like Cheverus or even Oxford Hills, who I think is my pick for the Class A North. And they'll go into that game with only the information you can find on a stat sheet, or you can maybe find it on some film. But other than that, they haven't played any North teams other than Cheverus. So there really isn't going to be a lot of information about them. And so TA is kind of going in a little bit blind into a state game like that. So we really don't have a good understanding of where TA's talent matches up with a powerhouse like Oxford Hills at this point. Now, do I think that they could match up with them very well? Yes, I do. I don't think there's any issue with that, but we just have no idea yet. So, as you said, Cole, I'm hoping that the Cheverus game does bring out some kind of energy, some kind of physical battle between the two teams, and I'm hoping for a really good game on the 25th.
And looking at the heel points, this is looking very far down the road. We're still months away from a potential state championship game, and they got to get out of the South too. But Bangor is actually on top of Class AA North girls. So when talking about potential state championship opponents, again, way down the road, Bangor is a team that I'm a little bit surprised to see here. We've heard a lot about Oxford Hills and Cheverus, but they're 9-0. But yeah, I agree. I think Oxford Hills with Sierra Carson, they're a powerhouse in the North. And girls basketball is really star-dominated. If you have those one or two star players, you're going to go very far. But TA is a rare team in that they have a collection of players and a really, really strong starting five. They have three players in Cook, Sulikowski, and Dow that have size and can shoot the three. And then Kylie Lamson has been a complete surprise in a good way at the point guard position this year. And Emily Coleman does a good job playing that center position as well.
Yeah, it's been a dream for Coach Marston. He lost one of his best players, Mackenzie Melendez, last year. And the question was who was going to be able to fill that role? Who was going to, pick up that spot for Coach Marston? And he got probably one of his best players this year in Kylie Lamson.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much better in that position. Not just that you have a good freshman coming in, but that you have a freshman that can take the exact role that you needed to fill. And she just looks like a polished player. Doesn't look like a freshman. Looks like she's been playing for a long time and plays like a veteran player.
Great pass inside to Pelletier. She gets her own rebound. Now Bulldogs floater. That one won't fall. Shot's just not going in for TA right now at this point. Jump ball, and it will be Noble possession. 54-13. Cook leads all scorers with 14. Second is Dow and Zulikowski with 7. Bulldog has 6. Clark has 7 for the Noble Knights. Here's Taylor Nurk. Emily Clark puts up a shot. Off the rim. Rebound to Noble. High arcing three-pointer, off the mark, rebound to Laura LeBlanc. Laura LeBlanc is fouled. 3 minutes to go in the game, 54-13. So Cole, I guess it's time to talk about it. I'll talk about what I said on Trojan Talk. I don't want to spoil it, but I guess we had to talk about it at some point. We talked about the playoffs and the matchups, who we thought was going to win, things like that. And I ended up giving my Super Bowl predictions, as we all did. Mr. Pulsifer said 49ers Chiefs again. Cole said, we say Bills Eagles.
Yeah.
And then I said Ravens Eagles. And I got the most shocking look from Cole Purvis I've ever seen. And people were very confused. I've gotten some pretty aggressive messages from my friends saying you have no idea what you're talking about when it comes to football.
Yeah, of course, friends with some Steelers fans. Not going to name names,
Yeah.
but Coach Marson also a Steelers fan. So, have you told him about your pick yet?
Well, I did see him in advisory today, but I did not tell him about my pick.
You got to tell him because, of course, Steelers, big AFC North rivals.
Yeah.
He will not like that pick, and it makes no sense, Zach. I mean, even if Lamar is playing, they don't have any playmakers, any stars at all to compete with the Burrows, the Mahomes, and all these guys. You know, even the Dolphins have a lot of firepower on offense, and I would like their chances, even with a third-string QB, over the Ravens, because you need receivers to win the game. At this point, they're probably the second most important position in the NFL. And the Ravens wide receiver 1 on their depth chart is listed as Demarcus Robinson. You got Sammy Watkins,
all right, Cole.
James Prochet. We're talking about guys on the practice squad here. So, terrible prediction.
Yeah, you're right. I already told one big Steeler fan, I'll give a shout out to him, Matt Page, and he was not happy. He was not happy one bit, and I heard that all day today. So I think I'll save that. I won't let Coach Marston hear that one, as Riley Rose takes a 3 and hits it. Riley Rose, the season high 8 points today.
Big 60 piece on the board now.
60-13 as we hit just about 90 seconds to go. That'll be a jump ball, TA possession. But in all seriousness, a couple of great matchups for football this weekend. I'm excited for the wild card. I love watching the playoff football because you definitely see some great plays and some great football. And there's also some really good matchups. I'm excited for Chargers versus the Jaguars, the Vikings versus the Giants. So LeBlanc can't get it to fall. She's a little bit frustrated as she was looking for her first basket of the day.
I'm going to be honest, Zach. I think the rest of the playoffs are going to be good, but this wild card weekend I expect to be a little bit dull because we've got third-string QB starting from Miami against the Buffalo Bills, and then we have your Super Bowl pick, who I do not think is going to get out of the wild card round. And I actually think the Giants will beat the Vikings, but overall I don't think we'll get the best wild card weekend. I think the Seahawks will keep it closer to the Niners than people think, and Jags-Chargers will be a great game. But wait for the wild card round, the NFC and AFC championships, and of course the Super Bowl in February. That's when things will heat up.
There's also a great Premier League game. That's English soccer tomorrow at 7 a.m. So excuse me, 7:30. Man United plays Manchester City. I'm a very big Manchester United fan, and I have a lot of friends who are Manchester City fans. Big matchup. I may or may not be waking up at 7:30, but lots of great action for the sports this weekend as the clock will go from 5, 4 to 3, 2, 1, and that is going to do it from Linnell Gymnasium. Thornton Academy, 11 straight wins. They are 11-0. They have dominated Class AA South so far this year, and they'll look to continue that dominance. Hannah Cook led the team with 14 points. Morgan Bolek was right behind her with 9, then Dow and Sulikowski both had 7. Again, that final score was a dominant 60 to 15. Cole, any last thoughts?
Great game for TA. Just you knew Noble was coming in here without a win, so it was going to be an easy opportunity to cruise to another victory, and they've done so. They've shot the ball really well. Good opportunity to just play free, shoot a lot of threes, run the floor, and they did that tonight. So we'll see if they can keep it rolling. Some big matchups coming up.
Yeah, definitely. So stay tuned. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday, the 17th. Boys basketball versus South Poland at 7:30. Cole and I will be on the call for that one. And again, do not miss it. Next Friday, the 20th, Hoops for Hope, girls basketball versus Gorham at 7 p.m. Big event. Come and watch the game or listen to us on TATV. But that'll do it here for tonight's game. I'm Zach Taranko here with Cole Purvis, Jeff Christianberry, Josh Pulsifer, and always Troy Bolduc on camera saying thank you for watching, and we will see you all on Tuesday.